Well, hey there. This is Joy on Sunday morning. It is November the 8th. I think it's November the 8th. If that's a Sunday, then it's November the 8th. 2015. And I've been trying to take a picture to show you my new blouse that I made and my necklace and my earrings that I made to go with it. But for some reason, it is so hard to get a good picture of jewelry. I don't know what it is about it. I need to do my favorite thing and go to YouTube. How do you take a picture of jewelry? Actually, I can find a class on Craftsy for that too. Somebody asked me about Craftsy. What did they ask me? Oh, they asked me about the table linens class on Craftsy. I believe it was called Home Deco. I don't remember the lady's name, but I think it was called Home Deco. But it's very good. She shows how to do pillows, and she shows how to do table coverings, and she shows how to do those pillows with the flange. I made some pillows with the flange years ago, and I didn't do it right. I didn't know you were supposed to put stuffing in the flange part, and so mine are floppy. I need to redo them. But I don't know what else she does. I don't think she covers furniture. They have other classes there for covering furniture. I knew I was going to make these table covers and placemats, so I just particularly went to that part and watched it. Okay. Also, go to Craftsy, click on classes, choose the category you want, and just look down through them. There's hundreds of them. Plus, I just searched on YouTube how to make a placemat. Oh my gosh, a whole bunch of them came up. So anyway, I have a tip. I have a real good tip for you guys. Sunday morning, and Jerry and I are always watching church online on Sunday morning on our big screen TV out there. Well, I was sewing the buttons on this blouse. I started out with red buttons on this blouse. And of course, I made the necklace first. If you remember, I made the necklace first, then I took the paper pattern and cut the neckline to match the curve of the necklace. And the necklace, I knew I wanted to be black and red. So then I made the red blouse to go with it. Well, the first buttons I put on the blouse were red. And turned out I had 4 buttons, and it wasn't enough to keep the blouse from popping open in places. So I had to add 3 more buttons, so I had to take all the red buttons off. And so this morning I thought, well, I'm always going to wear this with a black skirt or black pants. So maybe I should put black buttons. And so during church, I sat out there on the couch. Well, now here's my tip. This is where my tip comes in. I took my buttons, I took my needle, I took my thread, I took my pin cushion, I took my wax for my thread. I took everything out there. And I had already taken a pair of scissors and cut the red buttons off, okay? So I was noticing when I was about to here on my blouse, sewing a button on here, when I started to sew through the fabric with the thread, there was a hole in it. I had cut a hole in it, okay? So I thought, I'm going to have to put some of that fray check on it. So I came in here and I got a bottle of this stuff. Not this bottle, but a big bottle like this, okay? And so I knew there was probably dried out and it probably didn't work. In fact, I used this bottle first and the stuff's as hard as a brick in here. So I got the big bottle. And so I put, I'm always blowing my nose because of allergies. And so I have boxes of Kleenex everywhere. So I took out this Kleenex and I laid it on the cutting table and I squirt a big glob of that glue in it to see if it would come out and if it was soft. And at first it was hard, but then it got soft. Okay, so then I just left the Kleenex there, and y'all can guess what happened. I'm in here an hour later, and I've taken my allergy pill, but it's not quite working yet. And I was trying to take pictures with the still camera, and I thought, oh, my nose, why does it quit running? So I noticed the Kleenex right there on the table. So I picked it up and put it to my nose, and it glue all over my nose, my hands. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe what a complete dork. But anyway, the tip is, if you put glue in a Kleenex, wad up the Kleenex and throw it away so you don't accidentally blow your nose on it later. Okay, let me see. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you? I wanted to show you my necklace. Very hard to see in a picture. Hopefully the video. Sometimes the video can get really good pictures of things. I know it really gets good pictures of the wrinkles in my neck. And so this is my 3rd set of earrings. I made earring number 1. I decided I didn't like the earring hook, the thing that sticks in your ear. I didn't like that with the earring I made. So I cut it off, I made another earring, and I put it on a different hook. Well, then I decided I didn't like that one either. So then I made a third earring. And so I'm up to earring number 3. Hopefully we can see it. I'm trying to get down to camera level. So, earring number 3, I've decided I really like. Oh, and then the best part, the very best part. Ah! Jerry hadn't seen the blouse on me. And when I was in there at church, I was sitting in the recliner behind him because our big screen, I'm sure y'all have one too, the room has to be dark for the picture to look good, so he always has it dark as a tomb in there. So I sat behind him so I could have a light. So he didn't see the red blouse, he didn't know what I was doing. So after church was over, I came in here, I put it on, I buttoned it up, I put on the jewelry, and he was still sitting out there. And so I went out there and I said, all right, tell me what you think. And I said, don't say anything too ugly. What do you think of my red blouse with the black buttons? And I walked over in front of him and he said, you are really good. And I said, really? What am I good at? Screwing things up. And he said, you're really good at the jewelry and the blouse and the buttons and putting it all together. He said, I really like it. So, my day is made, my week is made, my month is made. So anyway, I gotta go, or it'll take 1,000 years to upload this. But good news, I'm going to my Edmond home tomorrow morning. And in fact, I might just take this there. And everything uploads in 5 minutes there. So I might be able to make you guys a bunch of videos, okay? Bye. And I'm back. Same day, 5 seconds later. Oh my gosh, another tip. Another tip. Hey, an idea for an invention. If somebody wants to invent something and go on the Shark program, I have the perfect invention for you guys. You won't believe it. Another tip of what you don't want to do. I'm taking this video next to my jewelry making table. You know, I have these stations in here. I have the quilting station, the ironing station, the jewelry station. Well, 10 seconds ago, this was full of beads. It's a tray with a little pad on it that you can make jewelry with. And it was sitting right here next to the camera. And, excuse me, when I went to get the camera off the tripod, I accidentally hit the corner of it. And it fell on the floor, and the beads went flying. And at this very moment, I'm standing on beads. Beads are all around me. They're rolling everywhere. And I thought, somebody needs to invent a little vacuum cleaner, a little handheld one that holds like maybe half a cup of stuff. And you can go around and suck up all these beads and then somehow unzip the bag or I don't know, unplug a hole or some way knock all the beads out of it again. So I have to go now. I have to pick up like 1,000 beads. Bye.